It's interesting. I've been like absorbing a lot of your videos and kind of listening to your talks, and the way that you normally introduce yourself
Yeah.
is kind of unique. I don't know if you wanted to. I kind of shared all of the things that are not in the shadow, if we say. But I don't know, if you want to go through that whole thing, or I will just say that in every video I've seen you talk, you don't just say all the positive things about your identity. You talk
Right.
about a lot of the, calling yourself an addict and other things.
All of it.
Can you tell people why do you do that, and
Yeah.
how do you identify? How do you see yourself?
I love that you asked that question. First of all, I want to back up a little bit and say I absolutely love the name of this podcast,
Mm.
Dregs of Wisdom. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah, you
love
get
it.
it. Yeah, you get it.
Absolutely love it. Yeah. And part of it goes with the question you just asked. Part of this discovery and reintegration with me and who I am, it called for a dregging, if you will, of a lot of things. It called for that. So just to give a brief version of it, I usually introduce myself the whole way. I'm Nikki, I'm a yoga therapist, I'm all the things you said, a somatic experiencing practitioner, all of those things, ... And the big 3-letter word is and, right? And I'm an addict, I'm an alcoholic, I'm a codependent, I'm the survivor of both childhood and adult sexual trauma. I'm a love addict, I'm a recovering debtor spender, I'm a former commercial sex worker, and I'm the mother of 2 living and 1 deceased child. I'm the grandmother of 5. I'm actually now the great grandmother of 7.
Whoa.
Right? I know. Blows my mind. I'm the great grandmother of 7. Yeah. And right, I'm a lover of all things nature. I'm a lover of life. I am, all of those things, right? And I'm a lover of all things dogs, right? Hopefully you won't hear them in the background, but I love saying it with that and, because part of this journey, part of this dragging has been in the recognition that all of those in some way, and there's so much more I could put in there. I'm a Black woman who was raised in the Midwest. I was, all of those things have an influence in who it is that I am today, right? And all of those experiences in some way it informs who you see right in front of you, right? And I've learned that when I ignore, deny, or pretend or create some kind of pretense, when I make one part of myself right and wonderful and praiseworthy, and another part of myself bad and wrong, what gets created, what happens inside is a war. There's chaos. There's a split, right? And so part of the big healing for me has been in reintegrating all those parts, right? This is like parts work, right? And it's the recognition that there's a we inside of me. There's a we inside of me. And, how do we all work together?
It's interesting because I have 2 questions related to that whole sharing. The first is that you've often said, after sharing all those things, or at least I've heard you say this at least once, and none of them define me.
And none of them define me.
Yeah.
Right? All of them inform this walk in this plane of existence, this walk of humanity, and none of them define me, right? In the world of spirit, all that shit's meaningless.
Right.
All of it.
Yeah, we talk about our identities all day, but it's like at the greatest level.
Right. And I'm walking in this plane of existence, right? I got a teacher that always says, we're citizens of 2 worlds. And one is the world of divinity. The other one is the world of humanity. And we're citizens of both. And in this world of humanity, right, there are all of these things that inform the walk. in the world of humanity. In the world of spirit, all that stuff's meaningless, right? And I'm a citizen of both worlds.
Do you, and I truly feel and believe that. And I feel like I'm curious to a lot of people these days can say, you know, I'm this, I'm that, you know, I'm Jewish, I'm Black, I'm whatever, you know, the thing. And they have these identities. And then, but not everyone says, and I'm, you know, and none of these define me. Like
Right.
they don't, or even when they say maybe none of those define me, there's a lack of a real sense that they are also the infinite, eternal, you know, soul, whatever it is that is beyond name and form. How do you like, do you notice that there's a difference, like, because you are an actual practitioner of yoga and you've like, when did you have that realization, that last part? And what was that like for you?
Wow. It continues to unfold. And part of the reason is there is a pull in this world of humanity, right? The part of the operating system, if you will, in this world of humanity is duality, is separation, right? It's part of the operating system. So my building capacity, right? And that's what yoga is for me. It's building this capacity to hold opposites is part of what yoga is for me. Again, that in this plane of existence, which is the operating system, if you will, in this plane of existence is duality, right? It's the good, bad, right, wrong, inferior, superior, loss, gain, all of those kinds of things, right? So just to, one of the phrases, we haven't gotten into this yet, but from 12-step programs that I absolutely love is we keep coming back. We keep coming back, right? And this idea for me to keep coming back to, you know, when I'm recognized that I'm in these dualities, right? To keep coming back to this place, which is center, which is who it is that I really am, that's beyond all of those dualities.